You can be making an extra $1,000 a month selling printable party games on Etsy. And I know this for a fact because I've been doing this very thing for the last 2 years. I love the party game niche because you don't feel too boxed in. Your creativity is not stifled because there are so many different events and activities to design for. Everything is digital, so there's no post office runs. Customers can just download their order immediately after purchase. There's really not too much customer service. I only get a couple of messages every week. And then after a while, everything becomes passive. Even on the days or the weeks where you don't touch your shop at all, you're still making sales. You're shopping, sales. You're sleeping, sales. Love it. In this video, we're going to go over how to start selling printable party games, and I'm going to do you one better and show you how you can start selling them without doing any designing yourself. And let's go! It's giving Luigi. Many people don't know that there's a way to start selling printables and party games on Etsy, even without doing any designing yourself. These are called PLR products. They're products that you can buy, edit, make it your own, and then resell in your own Etsy shop. Today we're going to customize these bachelorette party games from Zane PLR. Spoiler alert, this is my own PLR shop, and if you watch this full tutorial, I will give you a $10 off discount code so you can start selling these games in your shop. After you buy these games, you'll be given the Canva template link, so let's head over to Canva now. These are what the games look like without any editing. I think there's 12 or 13 games. And so we are going to put a theme on these. We're going to design them for a specific bachelorette party theme. When you niche down, there's less competition. I'm going to come over to eRank, and in the Keyword Explorer tool, I search bachelorette party because I just want to see what kind of bachelorette party themes are popular. So we see disco bachelorette party, good search and low competition. Last disco, 90s bachelorette. I think that I designed for a disco bachelorette in a previous video, so we'll just continue with that theme. When it comes to customizing your PLR, you want to do two things. Pick a color palette that you're going to stick to and pick the fonts that you're going to use. I really try not to use more than 3 fonts on any printable because you don't want things to look too messy, too crazy. And same for the colors. So for disco, maybe we'll do a orange and pink theme. I'm not loving this pink. Okay, maybe something like that. And I think we're going to remove these hearts because we're going to add some disco balls. I'm going to come over to elements and type in disco. This is pretty, but you can't change the colors. I want something that you can change the colors. Make this small. Let's change up these fonts to make it look more groovy. Hope I have groovy typed in up here already. Maybe Kingrid. Let's try some other ones. Definitely take your time, guys. Play around with these fonts. I mean, you're already saving yourself so much time from not having to design the actual games. Just take the time to customize these nicely. Make this a little bit smaller. And there's actually an easy way to change all the fonts at one time once you've chosen what fonts you want. So we want Run Deck. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put it back to the original font so I can show you. So when you click the font box, go to the font that you want. So we wanted Run Deck. And then down here, you can change that font on every page to the new one that you want by clicking Change All. And so now the font is like that on all of the pages. You're just going to have to reformat them a little. So let's reformat that. Make it smaller. Make sure you're always positioning everything to the center. You want everything to look clean and professional. Now let's pick our second font. And you can even make it look different by changing the line weight. I actually think I like that better. So now we're just going to go through and change up the other ones. Now we're going to come up here. I'm going to copy this and just paste it down here. Perfect. It's like this smaller, it's too big. I have been thinking about starting my PLR membership. I'm not sure what to call it though. Like I've been thinking about this for a good week now. I was thinking first class PLR or the PLR club or the resell club. So let me know what you think or if you have any good ideas. Really try to be a little creative and make your PLR products different, because the last thing we want to do is saturate the market with a bunch of the products that look exactly the same. We don't want that. We're going to crop this down a bit and then make it bigger. And then let's push that to the back. And we're going to change the free to black. So yeah, I'm not going to do all of them. I just want to show you how I would customize these. Let's just do one more. Now that you have your party games all ready to be listed, we're going to make some listing photos. So download the pages as PNG files. Share, download, and then select the pages that you want to download. So we just want pages 1 to 4. The next step is to make your listing photos for Etsy. So let's make a new design, size 3000 by 2400 pixels. Come to custom size. And you want to upload those PNG files that you just downloaded. Let's make listing photos for the 4-game bundle. The first thing I would do is add in a backdrop photo. So maybe let's put in disco. Let's see what comes up. Now you don't want anything too crazy, too busy, because you really want your product to be the main focus. Let's use this for now and see if it works. Now let's drop in our photos. Now this looks very two-dimensional. So we're going to add some shadows. Click edit image, go to shadows, and you can either do the glow shadow or a drop shadow. I'm going to do a drop shadow and change which way the shadow is. So let's do bottom left. And that's a really thick shadow for me. Let's make it a little smaller and a little bit lighter. Actually, I don't like the drop shadow. Let's do the glow shadow. You're just going to do that for all the pictures now. I really don't like how this background is kind of clashing with the colors. So maybe we'll just make this a simple colored background, like the orange from the photos, or a lighter orange like this. I'm going to add in a rectangle, change it to pink, and I'm going to add some text and say, I also like to experiment with my listing photos, so I'm going to duplicate that and just add in something else. I actually like this a lot better. It looks a lot prettier than that orange. But do you see, like this looks a lot more basic than this one, and it's just the background. So definitely play around with things until you like what you get. I'm also not loving how this like formatting is on the games. So we're going to just mess around with this a little bit. Now you just want to make some other listing photos to show off your products more. Let's duplicate this twice. I'm going to delete these two, put these next to each other, and make them bigger because you want people to see what they're going to buy. Okay, so these are your listing photos. We're not doing anything with that one. I'm going to delete this one. And now let's download these as PNGs to upload to Etsy. The final step in this process is to actually add the new listing to Etsy. So come over to your shop, click add a new listing, put up your listing photos. So let's click those in. The next step is to do your SEO. So that means adding your title, your description, and your 13 tags. Tags are just more words to help you get found by more customers. You want to be including multiple different keywords and key phrases in your titles so you have the opportunity to rank in as many different search results as possible, because obviously the more search results you show up in, the more people you see you, the more potential sales you can make. So how do you do your SEO? You can use a keyword tool like eRank, Marmalade, or you can just go onto Etsy, see what keywords and key phrases other shops are using, and then use them in your own listings. For your description, you want to write 2 or 3 natural sounding sentences, and you want to include the keyword that you want to rank for in those sentences, like naturally. Don't just copy and paste your title in. You actually want to write a sentence. So let's write, and now for your tags. You can only use 20 characters in your tag, so we're not going to be able to fit the whole phrase Bachelorette Party Games. So we're just going to break it up into 2 separate tags. And now is where eRank kind of does come in handy, because sometimes you can't think of 13 tags on your own. So I'm going to come over to eRank and look at other tags we can use. So Groovy Bachelorette, Naughty Games. I'm also going to come over to Etsy and type in Disco Bachelorette Party Games to see what other tags we can use. So let's click on a listing or 2. If you scroll all the way down and look at these little bubbles, these are the tags that they're using. Oh, so Bachelorette Weekend is a good idea. 70s Bachelorette. I'm going to just fill out these 7 other tags and then come back. Now that you have your titles, description, and tags filled out, you want to price your product. For this 4-game bundle, let's say we're going to sell it for $7. For the quantity, I put in $9.99, the highest you can go. Come back up here and put that it's a digital product. The last step is to upload the actual file. So let's go back and download those 4 games. Make sure you're titling it something customer friendly, because customers are actually going to see these words. And let's download these as a PDF print. I have Canva Pro, so I'm going to use CMYK, but if you don't, RGB is fine. Now come back to Canva and upload that file. Then you would hit publish and your listing would be all good to go. We have reached the end of the tutorial, so as promised, here is the $10 off code. It is 10 off batch YT. Use this code, get these games, get them up in your shop ASAP, and don't forget to customize them and make them your own. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. If you got some value, you learned something new, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You can find those PLR Bachelorette Party Games at zaneplr.com, and I would really, really appreciate it if you could brainstorm some PLR products or games you would love to see me make, and drop those ideas for me below in the comments. I will see you next time. Bye.